Welcome to Flash CS6 Tutorial 14. Type what you hear. This is going to be a tutorial for beginners, meaning that I'll do some explaining and repeating of what I've done. And in this tutorial, I will have an audio say something, and then you will be able to type that in, and if you make errors, you'll have to retype it. To do this tutorial, you'll need to have an audio file, and the audio file needs to be formatted in the WAV format, and I have one, and it's simply, when you play it, it says go to the store, because that's going to play in the video, and that's what you're going to type. We're going to start by a new FLA, action script 3. I'm keeping the rest of the defaults settings, and I want to go to the timeline, and I want to insert a whole bunch of time periods here. Call this frame, FRM, and we're going to call it labels, LAB, frame labels. Go up to frame 11, insert a blank keyframe, open the properties panel, and call this first as in FIRST WORD, first word. Okay, now a little flag goes in there telling me I gave that a name. See that? Click here on the 16 mark, insert a keyframe. Insert a blank keyframe. There's the first. Let's actually do these in groups of 21, in groups of 10. Here, open the properties panel. Call this F as in first, W as in W, and W as in wrong. First word wrong. When I click that, little flag there. Go up to 31, insert a blank keyframe. Open the properties panel. This is the second word, SECOND, capital WORD, second word. Go up to 41, insert a blank keyframe. This is going to be S second, W as in word, wrong, second word wrong. This is a place to go when we give the wrong answer. Go up to 51, insert a blank keyframe. You guessed it, third word, THIRDWORD, third word. Up to 61, insert blank keyframe. Third word wrong, capital T, capital W, capital W. Up to 71, insert blank keyframe. This is going to be the fourth word, FOURTH, capital WORD. And up to 81, insert a blank keyframe. Now, I just can't say FWW because I already used that, so it's going to be fourth, F small O WW, as in fourth word wrong. And then 91, insert blank keyframe. Complete, we'll call it complete. COMPLETE, meaning we have the word completely, or the sentence completely spelt. And we'll take that one up to 101. Insert keyframe, blank keyframe. Good. There's our time frames. The tutorial is type what you hear, so that means we got to bring some audio into this project. Go under File, Import, Import to Library. And I have two files, two audio files. Go to the store MP3, go to the store WAV. I'll try the MP3, and right away it tells me I can't use it. Don't know why, can't use it. So then I go back to import, to the library, the WAV, and it accepts that. Open the library, and there it is. If I click on it, it shows me the sine waves for it, or the waves. And if I click this little arrow, it'll play it for me. Go to the store. Okay, that works. Click on the library, come down here, new symbol. Make sure movie clip is selected and call it audio, AUDIO_MC. Click OK. And now we're inside this new movie clip called audio MC. Call this the sound or audio, AUDIO, audio. Select frame 1. Open the library panel and grab this sound and drag it onto the stage. So now that sound is on the stage somewhere. And if I very carefully look, there's a little line in this frame. That's the sound. So I'm going to go up to 40 for a second and insert a keyframe. And I can see my sound ends there, so I'm going to click it, just drag it back a bit. Maybe went too far. There, I want at least 1 or 2 frames where there's no sound, and highlight these and remove these frames. So if I hit my enter, it would play that. Now I hit my enter and played it. You didn't hear it because I can't run the audio on Flash with the program that I use to make these videos. When I do, the audio just comes up random everywhere and anywhere, and I don't know why, but I can't control it, so you're not hearing the audio. Let's go back to scene 1 for a minute. Make sure this layer is locked. Insert a layer. Put the frames layer, click and drag it up the top. Call this one play button, PLAYBTN. Play button. Select frame 1. Come over here. Grab your rectangle tool or circle tool, it doesn't matter. I want a black stroke, and I'll keep red for my fill. I'm going to make a little rectangle up. I'm going to make it down here, a little rectangle. Pick up my selection tool, highlight it, modify it, convert it to a symbol, make sure a button is selected, and call it capital PLAY, play _ BTN. Copy that name, right click, copy it, close that panel. While it's highlighted, open the properties panel, button, play, and paste that in for an instance name. Now we're going to write some code for this button so that when we click it, that sound will play. Lock all the layers. Insert a layer. Make sure that layer is above the play button but below the frames. And select that. Actually, we want that frame, this new layer, to be on top. Call it Action Script, AS. Select the first frame. Open the Actions panel. If you don't have the Actions panel here, go up under Window, and that's all the panels that we're going to use. There's the Action panel there. There's the library if you couldn't find it. Okay. So I have mine here, and type some of this code. Type. We have a stop, S-T-O-P, open, close bracket, semicolon. That's so we don't just jump to the next frame. Then this play button, that's that red button we just made, period. Add event listener, small a, capital E, capital L, that will turn blue. Open bracket, mouse event, capital E, capital M, capital E, that turns blue. Period, all capitals, capital C-L-I-C-K, these are all capitals, that turns blue. Comma, and I'm calling it play audio, capital P, capital A, close bracket, semicolon. Function turns purple. Play audio, that's that function we just named up here. Open bracket, event, small e, turns blue. Colon, mouse event. You can copy this, paste it in, turns blue. Close bracket, colon, void. Void and function are the same color. open curly bracket, and as you start to type, this closed curly bracket might start to appear. And something we want to do is what we want to go to and stop, small g, small t, capital A, capital S, that turns blue, open bracket, quotation, first word, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon. That's those labels for the first word of our sentence when we made those labels. And just to see if our button is working, we're going to say trace, T-R-A-C-E, open bracket, in quotations, play audio. You could type anything in here on this one. Close quotations, close bracket, semicolon. So let's just see if we actually, the button works, and let's see if we jump to this second frame. In order to do that, we have to have something on that second frame so we recognize it. So go back to the timeline, select this frames label, insert a layer, call it frame, F-R-M-I-D-E-N-T, frame identification, and right here, insert a keyframe, go up on the top of your, right up here in the corner, select your text tool, make a text box, open the properties panel, make sure static text is selected, and I have Times New Roman, and I'm around 23 points, and I have red. Click this embed, and make sure you have upper, lower, numbers, and punctuations. Okay. You can close this now, and in here type a 1. That's a 1. I want a selection tool and just bring it down. Go here where it says first word wrong, insert a keyframe. Make this 1 and a W. So it's just going to identify these. We get rid of these later on. Here, insert a keyframe. Make this 2. In here, insert keyframe. Make it 2W. 2 as in wrong. Here, insert keyframe. Make it 3. And I'm going to do the rest of these until we get to here, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I have them all done. I label this last one C as in correct. I think that's a C. C as in correct. I have my 4W, my 4, my 3W, my 3, my 2W, and so on. So now when we test our button, that new button we made, we should jump to here, first word, and it will give me a trace in my output panel. So Control, Test Movie Test, no errors, that's good. I click it, I jump to that frame 1, and it says play audio. All right, so now let's make it play the audio. So go back to the timeline. Back to the timeline. Lock all the layers. Down here, play button, select that. Insert a layer and drag that layer down the bottom. Call it audio, A-U-D-I-O. Open the library. Double click on this audio movie clip. And the way it is now, the sound starts on the first frame, so as soon as if I had this hooked up, it would play this sound right away. I don't want that to happen. I want there to be a frame where there's no sound. So click here, drag it right across to the end, get that fuzzy square thing and pull it one to the right so there's one frame with no sound in it. Make sure that layer is locked. Make sure that layer is selected. Insert a layer. Call it Action Script, AS. Select that frame 1. Open the Actions panel and put a stop, S-T-O-P, open close bracket, semicolon. Go back to scene 1. Check the timeline and select this frame number 1 right here of the audio. Open the library, grab that audio movie clip and drag it right onto the stage. So that little circle is the movie clip. Now we got to tell it it's there. Open the properties panel and type in audio_MC. So now when I test it, control test movie. So when I tested it, it said I heard the go to the store, and I jumped to the point where there was a frame number 1 up here, and I have this play audio. So that works. I think that's enough for this video. Save this FLA. There's going to be a follow-up. It'll be Flash CS6 tutorial 15. Type what you hear, part 2. If you plan on doing that, save this FLA. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.